Next we're going to do crank arm installation. So I have a 3x10 XT crank arm. All I do is I'll put a little slick honey on the shaft. And then on the right hand side of the frame, just go ahead and press it in. And then make sure it goes all the way to the end. There it is. One other thing is make sure you put this on the correct side. So it should be on the right side. So let's install the left crank arm now. Now we install the left crank arm. I put a little slick honey and crank. And put some on the inside thread. Left crank arm goes in the opposite direction of the right crank arm. Slide that on. Next, place the bearing preload nut. So I'll just place it right here. And you want to just tighten up so that you can't feel the crank arm rocking back and forth, the crankset. And you want to make sure that your crank arm moves freely, so I'm just pick off just a little bit here. Next we want to install the crank locking bolts. There's a little spacer here that has a little alignment pin that lines up with a little hole that sits inside here. So the hole sits on the outside, so we just place that right in between. Right there. So now it sits in the alignment hole. Next, put the bolts. I put a little Loctite. And you want to tighten these evenly, so you alternate between the front and the back. So go half turns or quarter turns at a time. And then I'll use a torque wrench to torque these down evenly. Okay, it's a 5mm socket with a torque wrench. Shimano recommends 12 to 14 newtons, so Newton meters. So what I'll do is I'll start out with 8. Then I'll work my way to 10. Then I'll work my way to 12. Now work my way to 14. There you go. And I check, make sure it isn't loose. There you go. Crank arm install.